March 2020. A lot is different now. A lot of change happening in the world right now. There's a lot of movement. There's a virus. This has a lot of people scared. A lot of people are frightened right now, which makes sense. The world as we knew it is very different. And we don't know what's going to happen, where this is going to take us. And for some people, that can be very frightening. And that's normal. Actually, probably for most people, there's a little bit of fear. For some people, maybe there's a lot. And again, that makes a lot of sense. That's perfectly normal. When we have fear and anxiousness, this creates a exacerbation in our sympathetic nervous system. It causes us to go into what we call the fight or flight mode. A lot of people are in fight or flight right now. And again, that makes a lot of sense. And that's okay. It's just the way it is right now. It's Satya, truth. There are things that we can do, though, to help us. I will be drawing from the ancient techniques of yoga. A lot of people know yoga as asana, or the poses. They're very helpful. But there's also other parts of yoga that are very helpful, especially at a time like this. When we do a few of these practices that we'll do now, what can happen is we can find our sense of anxiousness begin to diminish. We start to bring our nervous system in balance. Maybe we sleep better. Maybe some discomfort we were feeling is not as much. So I'd like to share these techniques with you right now. And they've worked for me for many, many years and a lot of people that I've known. So hopefully this will be helpful for you if you are somebody who's having a difficult time right now with what's happening in the world. Okay? So our nervous system runs through the whole body, and it, like I said, it has to do with this feeling, with our feelings. Okay, that feeling of peace and joy that we would prefer to have rather than fear. Our nervous system is responsible for that. So usually what I like to do is to start with the vibration of sound, okay, which sort of works, you can maybe think of it as massaging our central nervous system. And it's really easy. It's simply just making a sound on the exhale. And when you make that sound, you bring your lips together when the breath is almost done, and ah becomes om, and we have the sound of om, which is an ancient sound. And it basically is the first step in helping us to sort of transition from whatever we were feeling before to come into this time now and to help us begin to relax. So you might try this. Just letting yourself be comfortable where you are. You could be sitting in a chair or on the floor. Doesn't matter, as long as the spine is straight. And you might let the awareness come to the breath. So you might notice the breath moving in and out of your body. And we see if we can allow our body to soften. Softening the shoulders, the crown of the head, the scalp. Noticing where the body is touching the ground beneath you and letting that soften. Eyes can be open or closed, whatever is most helpful for you. And you notice the breath. And we will make this sound of Om on our exhale. We'll try this 3 times so you can really get an idea of what that feels like for you. We're starting with a big breath in. Notice how you feel. Notice how your next inhalation feels in your body. Notice the exhales. See if you can let your next exhalation take a little longer than the inhalation. Maybe you count to 3 on the inhale, and then 4 on the exhale. Try that a few times on your own. Notice how you're feeling. Notice what's happening for you in your body. Now gently place your hands on your belly and see if you can breathe down into your belly. Maybe you'll notice that the belly moves a little bit underneath your hands. See if you can let your jaw be relaxed while you do this. Sometimes we hold tension in our jaw. Our teeth feel a little bit clenched. See if next time you exhale, you can just let your jaw relax. And you can either just let your hands rest there, continue to rest there, or maybe you slide your hands up to your rib cage. You take a big breath into the belly and then into the ribs, and let your rib cage expand out to the sides if possible. And another big breath into the belly and the ribs, and then we exhale. So just playing around with that. Maybe you don't even like to use the hands. Maybe you'd like to continue to rest the hands. Or you might take the hands up to the collarbones and take another big breath into the belly, and then the ribs, and all the way up to the collarbones. And then a long, slow exhale from all those places. Remember to keep your jaw relaxed, your shoulders relaxed. thighs are relaxed, knees relaxed. And just take these slow, deep breaths. You can just let the hands go if you were using your hands. Placing them on the legs somewhere, or you might have the left hand cradling the right hand, shoulders are relaxed. And then take those deep breaths on your own, without using the hands. Just being aware of those places in your body that breath can fill. Be aware of those places in your body that breath can leave from. And then filling the body again on the inhale. We'll use the exhale to very gently turn to the right. You might take the right hand behind and the left hand on the right leg. The head can turn to look to the right. And take your deep breaths, just being aware of these places in your body that breath can fill. Face muscles are relaxed. Eyes are soft. Simply following the breath, observing the breath. And we can use our next inhalation to slowly untwist. And we notice how that feels in our body. Simply turning to one side. Notice that in your body. And then we'll take another deep, full inhalation. And on the exhale, gently turn to the left. Left hand rests somewhere behind, and the right hand to the left leg. We go into those deep breaths. Head is looking to the left, or maybe even a little bit behind, if we can do that softly. Jaw is relaxed. Eyes are soft. Simply observing these deep breaths. Now we'll use our next inhalation to slowly untwist. We take into a second to notice how our body feels. And here comes Nacho. From here we'll take our prop. If we're sitting on a prop, we'll take it away. And we'll bring the feet in front. We notice the breath. Knees are bent. And on our next inhalation, simply let the knees fall over to the left. And then on the exhale, let the knees come to the right. If we'd like to have both knees on the floor and our back hand comes up, that's fine. So just moving the knees from one side on one breath and the other side on the other breath. And we let the glutes be soft. That's our seat. So just let the seat be soft. We don't want to hold tension in the seat. Imagine the floors massaging the feet and the seat as the knees go side to side. Just let the feet be relaxed. Heels are resting softly on the floor, and the arches of the feet are relaxed. And last one. Release. Let the legs be extended. Release the knees. Bring the awareness to the toes, and we can just curl the toes forward and then bend them back, forward and back. Notice how this feels in the body, how this feels in the feet. And then whole foot. Inhaling feet forward, exhaling back. Notice how this feels in the ankles and the legs. All awareness on the body and the breath. Circles. And reverse. Let's take a second to notice how that feels in the feet, in the ankles, in the legs. Take a deep breath, filling the whole body with breath. And then just imagine on the exhale your legs completely relaxing, softening. And then we can bring the awareness to the right leg, and we'll pick up our right leg, slowly going side to side. Consciously relax this right hip so that the hip can move. The top of the femur bone moving in the hip socket. See if we can find some more movement. Maybe circles. And then reverse. Take that right foot and step it outside the left leg. Bring the arms around that right leg. And on the inhale, you come back a bit. Exhale, come forward. So just these gentle rocking motions. We don't want to go back too far. Well, just enough to rock forward and back as we're hugging that right leg. Notice how this feels in your body. And then we can release that right leg. Just let it relax. Take a second to notice how the right leg feels now compared to the left, and if there's a difference. And let's take this left leg and we'll hold it and go side to side. So again, consciously relaxing the left hip, and that will also relax the glute. So we want to be able to find movement here without resistance. So whatever movement is helpful for you. Just letting our seat be soft, relaxed. And then taking that left foot, stepping it outside the right leg. If that's not available for you, actually, you can even bring the leg inside and then do your rocks. We want to have ease in our body during this time right now in this practice. More ease than effort. We're working with the nervous system, relaxing the nervous system. Activating the parasympathetic nervous system. That's what takes us out of fight or flight and brings us to rest and digest, which is a more peaceful state. So we notice how we feel, we notice our breath, we hug our leg here, and then release. And take a second to notice how you feel. Take a big breath, fill your whole body with breath. And a relaxing exhale. Just letting go. let's do that windshield wiper motion again. So just going side to side, really relaxing the seat, working all the tension away from the hips and the seat. Especially if we've been sitting a lot lately and looking at the news, looking at our phones, messaging with all our loved ones. That can, start to make our body feel some aches and pains that we don't normally feel if we were doing a lot of that lately. Especially with the type of news that we're hearing, we take that in our bodies and we start to tense up and tighten up. So now we want to let that go. Just let our body relax. Stay with the breath, stay with the body. So after these, maybe you find sitting something like this, or it could be cross-legged, or it could be one leg on top of the other, whatever's comfortable for you. Finding that, placing the hands on the knees, and you might do a little bit of circling. Just a little upper body circle. Getting into those hips a little bit more. And reverse. And release. Still working with the legs. If there's something that you have that you can sit on, you might want to take that. It could be a pillow, it could be folded blanket. If you have props, maybe you'll use foams if you have them. And just come so that you're sitting on your props. So just sitting, feel that nice stretch through this part of the legs. And just let yourself settle into this position. Let the awareness come to the quads, to the front part of the thighs. Big breath in, and on the exhale, just let that relax. Let the knees relax. Shoulders and neck relax. Imagine the collarbones widening. Notice how you feel. Bring the awareness to the scalp. Imagine your whole scalp softening. Forehead softening. Space between the eyebrows. Relax. And last breath here. Come forward with the hands so that you can tuck your toes. So now you feel some stretch through the bottoms of the feet. Maybe you can sit right up on your heels. Feel that stretch in your feet. And just take some breaths here. If at any time something doesn't feel right or doesn't feel good, helpful, then simply come out. So maybe after a few breaths, you feel that's enough, bring the feet back down. And another breath here. Now, if that felt okay to have the feet tucked, do that again. And then start to come back a little bit. Now, bring the awareness to the tailbone, tip of the spine, bottom of the spine, and imagine you're bringing that down towards the floor. You might take your hands behind. And we feel this nice, well, nice for me, maybe not for others, this nice full opening in the front of the body. I have been on my computer a fair amount, so this feels quite delicious. You might, if you have no neck issues at all, you might let your head hang back and feel a nice stretch to the throat. Big breaths here. If the head is hanging back, come forward and then let the head come forward. Okay, we can bring the tops of the feet to the floor, little soft taps. We'll go back to our hero pose. And just notice how this feels. Some big breaths. We're working a lot with the feet and the legs in this practice. For people who are interested in chakras, this is associated with the area of the first chakra, which is also the area that has to do with our sense of safety and survival. So working with the lower part of the body at a time of distress or fear is a good idea and can be very helpful. So let's take another deep breath down into the feet and the legs. We can't really breathe into the feet and the legs, but just imagine that's happening. And on the exhale, just letting the feet and the legs relax. And then we can come out of this stretch, shape, and go back to sitting, with or without prop. It's up to you, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And we'll bring the awareness to the shoulders. We'll make some circles with our shoulders. A little bit of movement in the upper body now. Reverse the direction of the circles. And then bringing the fingertips to the shoulders. We'll make circles with the elbows. Shoulders are relaxed. And reverse. And then with the elbows up, we'll just go side to side a little bit. So inhaling one way, exhaling the other way. Now, next time you inhale, take a big breath into the belly, hold it there, turn to face forward, gently place the hands, and then slowly exhale. Let the breath be effortless. Just let it happen on its own. So noticing the breath coming in the body and then going out of the body. Deepening the breath like we did in the beginning. Notice the sound of the breath inside of your head. Maybe there's a slight hissing sound, especially on the exhale. Now let the awareness come to the left nostril. So be aware of your left nostril. We'll breathe through the left nostril only, and we'll do that by taking our right hand thumb. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, place the thumb over the right nostril. And continue to breathe through the left nostril only. Take those deep breaths. Slow, deep breaths through left nostril only. This is activating the the Ida energy channel in our body. So the moon energy, which is cooling, calming. This is the female energy in the body. Allow yourself to feel that calm, to feel the peace with each breath. Just allowing yourself to go more into stillness, more into quiet. Breathing at your pace. And at the end of the next exhale, just let your hand come away. Take a second to notice how you feel. Allow the face muscles to be soft. Jaw is relaxed. And then we will do one thing here. Bring the awareness to the right nostril. We will begin to breathe through the right nostril only, just to bring balance, bringing balance to the nervous system. Using again the right hand, we can use the ring finger of the right hand to cover the left nostril. So we start with a deep breath in, and on the exhale, cover left nostril, breathing through right nostril only. This is breathing through the Pingala energy channel in our body. This is the male energy. This is responsible for action, for heat. So even though it is calming and relaxing that we are working towards today, we also do need to have balance with a little bit of action. Otherwise, we might stay too long on the computer looking at the news or the things that maybe aren't so helpful. So the action that it takes to make a decision to do something that's more helpful, more beneficial for you during this time. And then at the end of your next exhale, we can let the right hand come away. We notice how we feel. How do you feel? Perhaps it's becoming a little easier for you to feel calm, a little more relaxed. Maybe this is enough for today. So we will come down onto our mats in a way that you're very comfortable. Or maybe you'd like to lay on the couch or lay somewhere else so that you can be more comfortable. As long as we can have our body relaxed. More ease than effort. Moving into all ease and no effort. Whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you'd like to prop under the knees, have a slight bend in the knees. Maybe you'd like to have a blanket on. Just let the awareness come to the breath. Notice the breath moving in the body and out of the body. Imagine when you exhale that your body is simply settling into your mat or wherever it is you're choosing to lie right now to be comfortable. Just let your body soften into that. Next time you exhale, imagine the feet and the arches in the feet softening. The ankles relax. Be aware of the calves, the backs of the legs, the knees. Become aware of the thighs and the hips. Imagine the next breath moving into those places. And on the exhale, just let the legs, the hips, the knees, the calves completely relax. Imagine the legs are simply dissolving away, melting into the earth, completely letting go of effort. Become aware of the glutes, the seat. Let your seat completely relax. Let the whole pelvic structure completely soften. The hips, the hip crests, completely relax. Relax the glutes. Feel all the muscles in the back soften as they relax. Feel the spine relax. Just let go all effort in the belly. All effort in the back. Completely dissolve into the earth. Feel the shoulders relax. The upper arms, elbows, wrists, and hands completely soften. The palms of the hands completely relax. Fingers relax. Feel the arms and the hands and the shoulders dissolve away, melting into the earth. And then let go all the weight of the head. Feel the head soften and sink into the earth. Scalp relax, forehead relax. Cheekbones soften. Teeth relax. Back of the throat completely relax. Eyeballs soften towards the floor. No thoughts, no cares or worries. Just breath. Breath comes in and breath goes out. Nothing you have to do. Just be. Simply be. Now let the awareness come back to the breath. Notice the breath. Notice the sensation of the body touching the floor. And start to bring a little bit of effort back into the body. You might begin with moving the fingers and the toes. You might make a gentle fist with the hands, turn circles with the hands, circles with the feet. Maybe stretch the arms over the head along the floor and take some big full body breaths. Whenever you feel ready, slowly start to roll to the side and just curl up on your side in the fetal position. Just let yourself rest there for a few breaths. Keeping the awareness inside, maybe having the eyes closed. Slowly help yourself back up to sitting. And just find your way to your original seated position. Noticing the breath in the body. The sensation of the body resting on the mat or a chair if you're in a chair. Noticing stillness within you. Maybe there isn't much stillness. That's okay. Whatever there is perfectly okay. Exactly as it should be right now for you. Just allow yourself to be and notice what you notice about yourself. And there's just one thing. Ramana Swami, a teacher who is very helpful for me right now. He was a student of Krishnamacharya. This is Krishnamacharya here. So Ramana Swami says, when I'm suffering, I remind myself, it's Ramana who's suffering, not I. I am not suffering. Ramana is suffering. So maybe that's something you'd like to ponder. We can end this session together with the sound of Om. So finding the breath, and we'll do one Om together on our exhale. Taking a deep breath in. eyes open gently. Thank you. May you be well.